Court, Chair. And it was extracted by Acadia Advocates.
So you are submitting the same administrative order?
That's the first one I'm submitting, Chair, because consequent to your instructions last time, where you wanted us to submit certified copies of the...
So in principle...
Yes, Chair.
You are conceding to the first order as submitted by Haji Kadunabi?
Yes, Chair.
Okay.
Yes. Then I have a second order, Chair, again issued by the same court, High Court, in the same miscellaneous application, same parties, and by the same judge. And this one is on 29th June 2026.
Is it part of this?
Yes, it is, Chair.
I don't...
It is at the back of the ruling, Chair.
At the back?
Yes. Maybe it's the one you're giving me.
You mean
No,
you are reading the ruling?
No, Chair. This is the copy that you've given me.
Yes?
Yes, which is I'm going to submit after reading to you the contents.
Isn't it the same copy here?
No, it's not. That is the first one, the administrative interim order.
Oh.
The duly certified one, Chair.
Okay.
Yes. So this one is the second one, given in the same matter by the same judge. And this is what court ordered.
It is dated what date?
It is dated 7th July 2026.
So, 7th?
July, Chair, 2026.
July 2026. Maybe for okay, let's first receive that. Yes, what does it say?
So this one says, Chair, the ruling of the Honorable Lady Justice Joyce Kavuma delivered electronically on the 29th June 2026. It is ordered that an interim...
So that order is dated what?
7th July.
2026.
26.
It says?
It says it is ordered that an order of interim injunction is hereby issued halting the process of substantially filling the position of Chief Executive Officer of the first respondent until determination of the substantive application. The substantive application vid miscellaneous application number 0421 of 2026 and the main application vid miscellaneous cause number 0131 of 2026 will come up for hearing on 30th June 2026 at 2 p.m. Costs to abide the outcome of the cause. Again, it was given under the hand and seal of the Honorable Court on the 7th day of July 2026, Chair. So I submit this, Chair, for the record.
No, let's first look at it before we accept it. So you made one copy? Yes. So this one is dated 7th July 2026. Interim order. An order of interim injunction is hereby issued halting the process of substantially filling the position. So this one was halting the process of substantially filling the office of the Chief Executive. The first order was on what?
The first order, Chair, was an administrative order, which was for 3 days, issued on the 29th and expiring on 1st of June. It was an administrative order.
Where do you get the expiry date? Assist me.
The expiry date is in the law, Chair. This is an administrative
which law?
Order.
Please quote the law.
That is the Civil Procedure Rules.
Civil?
Procedure Rules.
Let's go slow. The Civil Procedure Rules, yes. Which rule?
Civil Procedure Rules.
Do you have a legal counsel? A new one? We have a new one? Anyway, we shall consult our lawyers. Yes, Civil Procedure Rules, yes.
Chair, it's in the Civil Procedure Rules, Rule 6.
Rule 6?
5.
Sub-Rule 5?
Yes, Chair.
What does it provide?
Chair, it provides that subject to sub-rule 2, an ex parte interim order shall be granted only in exceptional circumstances and for a period not exceeding 3 days from the date of issue, and upon hearing of the substantive application, the order shall lapse.
Was this ex parte?
Yes, it was, Chair.
And you said the rules provide for what? Repeat?
Chair, the rules provide that subject to sub-rule 2.
What is sub-rule 2?
Sub-rule 2, all applications for interim relief shall be inter partes except for exceptional circumstances that may include where the matter is urgent in nature, where there is a real threat or danger, or where the application is made in good faith.
Yes.
Yes. So
now go to your rule.
So it says subject to sub-rule 2, an ex parte interim order shall be granted only in exceptional circumstances and for a period not exceeding 3 days from the date of issue, and upon hearing of the substantive application, the order shall lapse. Chair.
So in your interpretation, the interim administrative order was valid from?
From 29th May when it was issued to 1st June when
29th May to
1st June when we appeared in court. Chair, if you look at that interim order.
So 1st June?
1st June when we appeared in court, because the administrative order also provides in B that the respondents are hereby directed to file their affidavits in reply by 1st June 2026, and the matter will come up for hearing on the same date at 10 a.m.
Maybe at this point, let's test compliance. Now you concede to your orders, the first order and the second order. Now let's test compliance. Mr. Sunday, you were appointed on which day? I want to just test compliance with the first order. Before you come in, I'm seeing your hand. You were appointed on what day?
Honorable Chair, I was appointed to be acting Chief Executive Officer with effect from 1st June 2026.
From 1st June? On 1st June or with effect? Someone assist me. So your letter was dated, I can see. What you were appointed by who? Oh, this one of, okay. Your letter is dated 1st June 2026. Is this the letter?
Yes, Chair, that's the letter.
Yes, Honorable Kanabi, your hand was up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think this committee would have benefited from the legal guidance if the lawyer was here. But let me put it on record that this order was not issued ex parte. IRA, Dr. Nkote, and my lawyers were all in court. And it is as a result of that that this order was issued. So it was never ex parte. But two, and most fundamentally, Mr. Chairman, in the very order which has been read, the Honorable Judge stated that in A, that the first, until the hearing and final determination of MA, miscellaneous application 0423/2026. It is my understanding, Mr. Chairman, therefore, that this order was given an expiry date by the judge, and that is the determination of the miscellaneous application 0423, So it couldn't have expired in 3 days because of those two reasons, Mr. Chairman.
Maybe before I open up here, allow me to learn from you as parties. Is the issue of the issue of compliance to the court orders also among the issues in the court for arbitration? Do I need to rephrase it?
Chair, no.
Is the issue of compliance with either the administrative order or the subsequent order among the issues pending determination before court, each party? Okay, let me start with you. Yes?
No, it's not, Chair, because none of the orders has not been complied with. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Mr. Hajigan.
Mr. Chairman, it is not an issue before court because we didn't pursue it for court determination. But this committee can interest itself to see whether the orders were followed or not.
So it was your submission that the committee would better understand if we got a submission from your lawyers. Was it? Did I capture you well?
I had said if the committee's lawyer was present, this committee would have benefited most, because what my colleague Francesca read, she read an ex parte whatever a rule which was referring to ex parte, but also when you read this order itself, it tells you its expiry date, and for her, she's interpreting it another way.
The other arising issue I'm seeing is the nature of these orders. She's alluding to the fact that it's an ex parte order. Did I capture you well, the legal head, Insurance Regulatory Authority?
Yes, Chair. I read Rule 6, 2, and 5.
Were you classifying the first administrative order as ex parte?
Chair, I would like to take that off the record, because what I'm seeing here is that I've reminded myself the ruling of the Honorable Justice, after having had the parties through their representatives, Isaac and John, on the first respondent's behalf, it is hereby ordered.
So now if it is not ex parte, how do you apply your rule, that rule, to the order?
So, Chair, there are two things.
Yes.
Administrative orders in law are known to be for 3 days. They don't exceed.
What is your basis of the law?
They don't exceed beyond that.
The rule you read cannot ably serve you.
Let me read two, Chair.
What is the rule? Let her first read the rule. Now let her first exhaust the law. Then we can add the words. Yes, what is the law?
All applications for interim relief shall be inter partes, except for exceptional circumstances that may include where the matter is of urgent nature, where there is a real threat or danger, or where the application is made in good faith. So that is 2. Then this one is on 5 is subject to sub-rule 2. An ex parte interim order shall be granted only in exceptional circumstances and for a period not exceeding 3 days from the date of issue and upon hearing of the substantive order. So, Chair,
So the rule you are reading,
yes,
talks about ex parte.
I agree, Chair. I agree.
He is not submitting an ex parte order, and you are conceding. Is your rule still applicable?
Chair, this particular rule, I've reread the administrative order and the rule itself. This particular one is not applicable. But if you allow me, as we go forward, I'm going to get you the rule that actually specifies that administrative orders last for 3 days. But also the other issue, Chair, why this order
No,
was for...
when you are referring to matters of law,
Yes,
you
Chair.
you quote the law.
Noted, Chair.
Then you can now substantiate. But for now, I think you are withdrawing your earlier reliance on that rule.
Yes, Rule 6.5. Yes, Chair.
So in circumstances that you need time, you get us the proper law that will support you. Otherwise, you have ably admitted the administrative order secured by Haji Karunabi.
Chair, please allow me get
And
the
then-
applicable law, and then I'll submit it. Thank you.
Okay.
Right now, Chair.
Just one clarification from Haji Kadunabi, what I want to get from you, regarding the order issued on 7th of July, which you were party to. Do you also concede to being in possession and in knowledge of this? Because you also need to get it on record, since you were the applicant.
The one issued
On 7th of July, 2026, the second order that the company secretary submitted to the committee.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, I also concede to a subsequent order which was issued on 7th of July 2026.
So the contents as read, and you have a copy, and you're aware of that order.
I didn't follow exactly when she was reading hers, but I believe it is the one which I have.
All right.
Let me come here. Yes, Honorable Secretary. Has it been overtaken?
By the fact that she withdrew the other and move on, mine was taken by event.
Yes,
That is
Honorable
where I had a
Naki.
concern.
I don't know whether it was an error while she was reading. She said the ruling of 7th July was that it will be determined, it would be in force until they do the determination of the main case, which was supposed to be, now you read 30th June 2026. Is it that? Is it possible that the order was again given on 7th July, but then the determination would be on 30th June? Which one is earlier?
I need to refer to the document which is with the chair now. If I can refer to it, I'll be able to advise.
Advise who? We have just received one copy, but I think we wanted first of all to test the appreciation of the parties submitting the same on the same documents. Where we are, we have one party relying on the initial order, and the second party has another order, however, has not yet substantially within the law varied the first order much as she considered to it, and that is a gap we need to fill legally. We don't want to volunteer and offer you legal advice. You need to assist the committee, appreciate your interpretation of this clause.
Maybe, Chair, you also need to guide us, both parties, Company Secretary and Haji Kadunabi, if there's anyone who could give us the status of this matter. Is it still in court? Was it disposed of? Because we want to know the parameters within which you can engage with it.
Because if you take, you remain stuck.
Chair, if I may, the matter, yes, is still in court. We are awaiting ruling, and it's going to be given on the 11th of September. That's the date I recall. I can't get the exact date, but the ruling is on notice. And the tentative dates that were given to us were in September.
Well, I don't want us to discuss the court process because that would be discussing in anticipation. Court has a discretion as to when to sit, how to sit, and what to require. So we don't want to discuss that for this particular interface, but we take knowledge that and acknowledge that there is an ongoing court process over other matters. You want a clarification?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, after you interrogated further, it came to be accepted that in the first interim order it wasn't ex parte, and as such the 3-day limit rule could not apply. I just want to know what the second interim order was curing. Why did we have to get the second one, and yet the first one had not yet expired?
No, maybe that is a complex issue. I think parties have a right for arbitration and court processes with or without reason. All we want to appreciate is compliance. And to ask as to why would be to demand against an enshrined right. You have a right to petition court. You have a right with or without reason. But as we explore, and as I give you time to also look for the right provisions of the law, you can call your lawyers. I want to also put this on record, that this is our second or third. This is our third interface with the Insurance Regulatory Authority. We have the Auditor General's report, and aware that we have the accounting officer of the particular financial year, and probably we have to appreciate the accounting officer of the current, if any. We have to appreciate from your submission. I haven't given you opportunity to be on record, because we as well required some clarity over matters of accountability. I also acknowledge we received a request from Haji Kadunabi that he has a court process today. I don't know if he's within time, but let me take 5 minutes to iron out this for housekeeping. As the Insurance Regulatory Authority, you must prepare. I don't know who is to prepare, but to prepare. The Auditor General makes a revelation and an observation in the Auditor General's report that the Insurance Regulatory Authority was not deducting pay as you earn, and remitting the same to URA. So that is cited, that the Insurance Regulatory Authority was using revenue without authorization from management, and where within your set procedures you cannot spend beyond the approved budget. But it shows that an expenditure of 6.278 billion was spent without approval by the board and minister, and there is no evidence of a supplementary approval or supplementary budget. The Auditor General observes delay in establishing a policy holds the enactment of the Act commenced on 30th March 2018. The requirement of a board, in the circumstances, we cannot explore the lacuna for non-establishment of this to as well invite the minister. There is also an observation of delayed enactment of regulations, and this also calls for consultation with the authority by the minister. Now, the Act, if read and well interpreted, when it refers to a minister, it refers to the Minister of Finance. Now, to explore some of these observations, some of the critical responses require the attendance of the Minister of Finance, where the powers so require, that is the minister, to do particular activities, much as it appears within the Auditor General's report. And I'm also observing from the Auditor General's report the lack of regulations and lack of regulation And the Auditor General observes that there is no backing for licensing, supervising, and enforcing, especially in emerging areas where the Auditor General cited areas of cyber insurance, cross-border insurance, micro insurance, digital transformation, environment, governance, climate, among others. And the Auditor General also observes lack of clear guidance and policy for regular monitoring of security deposits, especially those invested in the name of insurers. And that there is no proof that these insurers opened bank accounts and no evidence that the status there is update on status or security for investment. I'm making this overview to appreciate the sector and the authority we must interrogate over these observations by the Auditor General. That is failure to prepare multi-year procurement plans. The Auditor General cites a procurement worth 13.28 billion to 85 billion that was initiated in the previous year and only completed in the financial year in issue. Inadequate staffing of the PPDA unit. And then the Auditor General makes another revelation on the insurance tower. There is an observation on insurance tower. 33.549 billion paid to contractor, but the Auditor General observes that when it went beyond completion time, but on inspection, that the tower has several defects on the property, several fittings and finishes had premature wear, fixtures, doors, ceilings, and floor showed inadequate attention to quality standard during construction. Now, this is a project of 33.549 billion, which is, there's an observation within the Auditor General. And then lastly, among the critical observation by the Auditor General is irregular subscription payment for software. A contract of 3.963 billion, that included annual maintenance and support. According to observations of the Auditor General, the 3.963 billion was paid, whereas it had to be paid only upon completion and handover. Now, the Auditor General observed that this paid subscription for 2023, 2024, 2025 was for a service that was not being utilized by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, which according to the Auditor General, such expenditure may be nugatory and may result into a financial loss to government. Now, I've learned through the critical observations by the Auditor General. So ahead of us is the task of interrogating how we arrived at this, but also partially recognizing that there are some particular roles within and observations which cannot ably be answered by the accounting officer, but by whatever name, but by the minister, especially when it comes to regulatory framework, that the law requires a minister. So as we move forward to ascertain who is responsible to clear this, be mindful of the agency. So accounting officer, if any, have you got clearance from the PSST, Minister of Finance? What is the status as of now?
Chair, I want to believe that the question is directed to me because you are saying, if any. So thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. Chair, I am the chairperson of the Insurance Regulatory Authority. And our CEO is the acting CEO of the Insurance Regulatory Authority. I'd like to make that very, very clear. And his name is Protasio Sande, and he has an appointment letter. That was for guidance, sir. Thank you.
Maybe in this committee we offer the guidance, but we receive the understanding of the witness and we process it. Now, the essence of our interface is to offer opportunity to all invited witnesses to assist us in our findings and understanding. So I wouldn't capture your submission as guidance. I will capture it as a submission of an invited witness to the committee. Because as far as the committee is concerned, when we are doing our oversight role and accountability role, we are guided by the reports of the Auditor General and the law. So I just wanted to substantiate that we shall refer the witnesses to the appropriate titles we find defended as at whatever stage it is. And just for your recollection, there have been several submissions on record trying to substantiate Mr. Sandy's appointment, which has been equally rebutted. We are trying to iron out the legal background, and it is your side actually still tracing for the enabling law. Now, those are fundamental findings. We don't rely on ongoing process. We only base on what is available, what was concluded. And that's why we are relying on the orders. I think in our housekeeping, I started with receiving those on record to assist us iron out that. But we as well recognize the letter on record. So don't fight much to prove that Wanu Sunday is the chief executive or acting. Yeah, just task your legal team to speed up the matter so that the committee able appreciates the legal foundation. That's all. And but for rules and directions, you can issue them back at the Insurance Regulatory Authority. Here we preside. That was for housekeeping and guidance. I want to hold you in contempt or subject you to oath by virtue of the language, but I take your submission as a submission in good faith and for assisting the committee. So, Mr. Sande.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And the guidance is very well noted. And I also take guidance in the previous meeting very seriously, wherein we tried to submit information which we had gotten from the Ministry of Finance, but because we didn't have evidence of how we got it, even when I explained that we have a very cordial working relationship, I took that guidance very seriously. So after that session, Chair, I wrote to the Minister of Finance, because that was one of the issues, requesting affirmation of the appointment of Protasio as an acting chief executive officer. This letter, I have a copy, Chair. It went and was received duly on the 14th of August, 2026. Addressed the Honorable Minister of Finance. I will mention the status. I also wrote a second letter, Chair, again on the guidance of this committee, to the Permanent Secretary, and Secretary of the Treasury, requesting, the letter was reading, request for letter confirming powers on the Permanent Secretary or Secretary of the Treasury to conduct duties of the Minister of Finance. Chair and members, you recall that we presented the letter, but one honorable member cited the Evidence Act, if I recall very well, that the letter was not, it didn't seem legitimate. So following that guidance, I wrote to the Permanent Secretary again on the 14th of August, requesting that they certify the letter that it was a true copy of the original powers conferred to him to perform the duties of the Minister of Finance.
Maybe since now we are dealing with you, Honorable Kadunabi, you had requested, we can discharge you for now. Because
Mami!
Wanje sabo.
Ugambotia. Oina kachi. Ha. Kagulinzi tekako. Teka kagulinzi. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Hemutieni Momo. Madam, remove the food. Put in more meat. Add the meat. Yes. Hey. Now, these are the fruits of paying your loan is in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial star 165*5 hash to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice?
Yes.
Juice in me.
Abanyamusale abanyamukako muko wamewuna anguse n'omwana w'omukalatinamu kimanja Universe inembarara gatano September 2026 kokuyingira kugenda kwa mutwalo vyepe emitwalo 2 gold emitwalo 5 ate platinum ya kakane ate ngambe tani kulanga kulala Universe inembarara gatano September 2026 yelini paso festival.
The playground has moved. More than a third of Uganda is online now, and half the country is under 18. 1 in 5 Ugandan children face cyberbullying. Most never tell anyone. It can look like trolling, body shaming, even grooming. Different harm, same silence. Be a cyber hero. Protect a child online the way you would in person. Mute it, report it, check on them. A hero doesn't have to be big. They just have to do something. Be a cyber hero.
Remember the songs that made you sing, the moments that made you dance, the voice that captured a generation. Now, Grace Nachimera is back on stage. Join us for the Power of Grace Live Concert, a spectacular evening celebrating the music, the memories, the journey, and the incredible voice that has inspired audiences for years. Friday, 11th September 2026 at Kampala Serena Hotel. Alibud tickets 130,000 shillings, ordinary 150,000 shillings, and tables 3 million shillings. The Power of Grace Concert is sponsored by
You've been searching long enough. This isn't just any other platform. This is a place where every turn leads to something exciting. There are thousands of action movies on Afro Action. Drama series, binge-worthy stories on Afro Romance, all waiting for you. What is it that you're looking for out there that you can't get in your home? Got little explorers? Here's a world built just for them. Cartoons, learning, adventures, safe family content they'll never want to leave. Sports action. This is MTN TV by Afro Mobile.
August 2026 is here! And Yada for Life presents Mujatu Sinze 2026 in Sima edition on Saturday 29th August 2026 at Imperial Royal Hotel with a lineup of heavenly voices and ministers. Are you grateful to God for what He has done and accomplished in your life? Do you have a reason to ultimately thank God for? Get your deluxe ticket for 30K, gold for 50K, platinum for 100K, and a table at 2 million. Doors open at 4 p.m. Buy your ticket at Unique Uniforms, Uganda House, and at House of Rest, former Fidodido. For bookings and reservations, call 0760-595-316 or 0708-766-536. Mujatu Sinze 2026 Nsima edition, and proudly sponsored by Yuga Tunes, Afro Mobile, Yuka TV, and NBS Music.
Mami!
Wanje sabo.
Ugamotya. Oyina kachi. Ha. Kagulinzi tekako. Teka kagulinzi. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the
NBS happening now.
Okay, this is Hakim Wampamba reporting live from Entebbe International Airport, where Uganda is attempting something rather different with one of its oldest agricultural exports, coffee. This time around, the story is not simply about coffee. It is about tourism. It is about entertainment and branding Destination Uganda. It is about value addition, and ultimately, it is about whether Uganda can turn a commodity that it has exported for generations into an experience that people around the world will actually want to travel and discover. And that is where the Hollywood actor and musician Tyrese Gibson comes in, and he is flanked with the UTB or Uganda Tourism Board CEO Juliana Kagwa, along with other senior officials from the Uganda Tourism Board, and they are yet to tell us about what exactly is happening right here and whether this particular experience can turn into something. So the pomp and the glamour and everything that follows Tyrese Gibson's entry into Uganda and branding Destination Uganda and branding Uganda as a #1 tourism destination, and of course leveraging coffee is one of the reasons as to why this is happening right here at Entebbe International Airport. So you're looking at a destination that is being branded courtesy of Uganda Tourism Board. But also we must be able to say that Tyrese Gibson is in Uganda from today, which is August 25th, through August 27th as part of the program built around what organizers call Explore Uganda Coffee Tourism. And the program takes him from Entebbe International Airport, where we are right now, to the source of the Nile, and then he will go to the coffee farms at the Africa Coffee Park in Ntungamo before his departure. And the idea is remarkably simple. Do not just drink Ugandan coffee, but experience where it actually comes from. And that is the proposition Uganda is now attempting to sell. And behind the celebrity, and behind the cameras, and behind the social media content, there is so much big economic calculation, because Uganda's coffee destination is something that we are actually talking about in this particular one. And if you're looking back at Uganda's coffee industry, it has become one of the strongest country's export stories, because between June 2025 and May 2025, Uganda exported 8.60 kilogram bags of coffee, earning approximately $2.3 billion. And if you're looking at the Ugandan silverback, that is where Tyrese Gibson is standing, along with the Uganda Tourism Board CEO Juliana Kagwa. That silverback has always stood as Uganda's signature mark on the international scene, and indeed Uganda is known as one of those countries where the silverbacks actually come from. So as we were still saying, as Tyrese Gibson makes entry into Uganda, you're speaking about Ugandan coffee, you're speaking about value addition and branding Destination Uganda. In this 2-day encounter, he will definitely be doing so much in terms of branding the country, and of course calling and opening for markets for Ugandan coffee and ensuring that the Ugandan coffee is taken by so many people around the world. So we're talking about trade routes, we are talking about new markets, and we are talking about new collaborations as Tyrese Gibson enters into the vehicle that is definitely going to be leading him to Kampala Serena Hotel. He will be there to rest, and then later on he's expected at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. From the Minister of Foreign Affairs, is expected to meet the President, Yoweri Museveni, at State House Entebbe before making entry into Jinja to tour the Nile tomorrow morning, and then later on go to Ntungamo at the African Coffee Park, and then later on we expect that he shall definitely be launching he will definitely be launching Ugandan coffee, and that is what the program definitely gets to look like. So now I shall definitely be at least ensuring that this particular encounter is the one that just says do not drink Ugandan coffee, but experience where it comes from. And as I said earlier, that is the proposition Uganda is now attempting to sell. And now we were saying that compared to all the other campaigns that Uganda has had for its traditional export, which is coffee, this time round it is taking it a notch higher by ensuring that it brings Hollywood star, musician and rapper. For those of you that have watched Fast and Furious, for those of you that have watched Romeo Must Die, at least that is the star that we are talking about. And what does he carry with him to the Ugandan tourism destination, or what does it carry with it to the Ugandan coffee farmers? We should at least be looking forward for such discussions, because we are definitely going to be looking at an encounter that shall definitely be speaking about promotion of where Uganda's coffee actually comes from, and calling upon people to come and see where the Ugandan coffee is really grown. So what you can see right onto your cameras is Tyrese Gibson from the Uganda Tourism Board that is making its exit out of Entebbe International Airport, heading to Kampala, and then later on we expect him to be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and later on also proceed to State House Entebbe, as I get at least to inform you. But just to confirm to you, if you're just joining us right now, that Hollywood star and musician Tyrese Gibson has jetted into Uganda. He has been welcomed by the Uganda Tourism Board CEO Juliana Kagwa, along with other senior officials from the Uganda Tourism Board, and is now making entry into Kampala, and we expect him to be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He shall definitely meet senior officials at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that will then lead him to the State House in Entebbe. And this destination, or this particular encounter, as we have said earlier, is something that intends to promote Ugandan coffee to other destinations and to other markets, of course leveraging his stardom, and of course leveraging the numbers and the influence that he wields in Hollywood, among other places in the US where Ugandan coffee needs to actually go. And as I've been able to tell you earlier, that Ugandan coffee remains exposed to international coffee prices and global price conditions, and at least you should be able to look forward to this particular one. So what you can see right onto your screens is the convoy of international Hollywood star Tyrese Gibson exiting Entebbe International Airport, as he has been received, and we are definitely going to be following it up to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where he will then have a press conference, and at that particular conference we expect that he will be launching at least the Ugandan Coffee Project, or he will definitely be speaking much about Ugandan coffee, and that is something that we shall definitely be talking about. So that is what we know so far, that from Entebbe we will be heading to Kampala. From Kampala, we shall definitely be heading to, he will definitely be heading to the State House in Entebbe, something that we shall definitely be following for you. He is expected at he's expected at the source of the Nile in Jinja, and then later on at the African Coffee Park tomorrow, before he will actually exit Uganda. So that is the update that I can exclusively get to say that has happened right here. I signed it off, and I can send you back to the Political Command Center as I get back to you right there. But just to confirm to you that that is something that has just happened right here, and the convoy and the pictures that are coming live to you on the screens are the ones that are coming in from Entebbe International Airport, as international Hollywood star Tyrese Gibson makes his way into Uganda to launch this project called Ugandan Coffee, and ensure that he exposes it to international markets. So it is a discussion that spans within the confines of markets and entry of Ugandan coffee into markets that are expected to yield a lot of income back to the country. As I get back to you at the Political Command Center, we hand over to normal programming. This is NBS always.
NBS happening now.
ukutaha muri mitwareta VIP mitwareta
emisoro 20 debos miliyoni 3 hamwe na nitane z'abamazireyo kumanye bukukiraho tera 078 50 59 nkaga ninda bishagikirwe.
Mami!
Wanje sabo.
Ugamotia. Oina kachi. Ha. Kagulini ziteka ko. Teka kagulini. I want everything, eh?
Okay.
Yes. So, when I pay the time, this will increase my loan limit. Hey, Hemutieni Momo. Madam, remove the food. Put more meat. Add the meat. Yes. Hey. Now, these are the fruits of paying your loan is in time.
That's right. Every time you repay your Momo loan on time, your loan limit can increase, giving you access to more money when you need it most. Dial star 165 star 5 hash to borrow, pay back, and grow your limit with Momo loans.
You have juice?
Yes.
Juice in me.
NBS happening now.
General. Now, for the acting CEO, whether we can assume that becoming an acting CEO, you're definitely an acting accounting officer, the law is clear in that there is a need for an instrument to designate that responsibility to the acting CEO. The statement we've received is very clear that there is effort being made to that, and the effort is in the legalities. The person required to do that, the PSST, is inquiring from the Attorney General, to get that clearance. It is important that we proceed with this entity legally. So it is important that the PSST exhausts avenues possible to enable him deliver that instrument which appoints the acting CEO as the accounting officer. Then only then shall we proceed with this entity. It's my humble submission that we stay the matter until that is cleared, so that we have a substantive person in the name of an accounting officer to speak to us and to defend the position of the entity. I also want to inquire whether, as it is also signing and committing the entity's funds. Well, I do not ask with the mind of seeing a standstill or a deadlock within the entity, but it is also to bring it to our attention that this matter is fragile and needs the most urgency in its handling. Thank you very much.
Honorable Secretary, I saw your discontent. From here, I'm going to the extreme end. Honorable Kawalia, I saw your hand.
Chair, with your learning and guidance,
Then I come here.
I'll always appreciate. Chair, we have two issues on our table. One is it's about policy, and another one it's legal or administrative in that kind. Now, every day we discover something new. Now, the other time we have not internalized how Mr. Munene came on board. Now it's a new something, representing the PSST. Now, the more we move and we internalize the thing, we shall get to know more. Where I'm worried and skeptical is the board chairman trying to see how to convince us that whatever leadership is there, we should have and abide with it. I think we do, but with a keen eye, because we don't know what will happen tomorrow, and someone will put a claim that you know what, this happens. So on this side, we always assume it to be senior 6 candidates who are in parliament. So we want also to clear that blind, that as S6s, we also need to take keen interest in every matter prevailing, or it's before us. On that note, Chair, I think with having given that issue which is in court and where we still have new advices which are coming up, like from Attorney General and others, we also need also to see that this time we can just also give our time space, even to read what is prevailing, because the documents you have, they are even reserved. So we also need to be on board so that we take a decision when it can also be part and parcel of the same. I thank you.
Maybe the quick guidance I could give about Mr. Munene, I have a letter here which was submitted on record in the previous meeting from Ramazani Gobi, Permanent Secretary, Treasury. It is dated 7th August 2026, addressed to the Clerk Parliament, wherein he delegated Mr. Bob Munene, Assistant Commissioner Finance and Planning, and Mr. Musa Lukwago, Principal Economist and Insurance Desk Officer, to represent him before the committee, that they are fully briefed on the matters under consideration and are authorized to provide the necessary information, explanation, and clarification on behalf of the PSST. Is Mr. Musa Lukwago here? Yeah, so that's the background of their appearance. When we demanded the presence of the PSST, he wrote back nominating and delegating the commissioner and this insurance desk officer to be part of this hearing. Yeah. So Kawaria, then Nangoli, then Naki.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the way we are proceeding, when you look at the explanation that we've gotten from the other side, first, I am interested in the document which came from the President instructing the head of public service to secondly, if you read that letter that you've just read, it is not clear on whether the assigned officers have the powers to act as accounting officers. I want to join my voice to that of Honorable Batua, that the Public Finance Management Act is very clear on who should be the accounting officer. For the case of IRA is now being taken as a battlefield. It seems to be that there is a battle within the institution. In normal circumstances, where we've had accounting officers who have terminated their contracts, or those who have resigned, and when handling the Auditor General's report, in normal circumstances, we have always invited those ones who are in office when that audit was being conducted. So, to my way of seeing things, I don't think we can move ahead in such a circumstance where an institution still has battles over who should be in the office. And yet, the PSST has not come out clearly to give powers to someone who should act as the accounting officer. So I think we may suspend interrogating this entity until when we get a clearance that who should be the accounting officer. You can be a CEO, but again, you need to have that instrument that gives you the powers to be the accounting officer. I beg to submit, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Let me, it's Nangoli, Naki, we move.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, again for the opportunity to answer again. My name is Gerard Nangoli, Member of Parliament, Elogonos. Mr. Chairman, the critical issue here is about the Auditor General's report. The CEO, who is now in position as acting, has everly said is able to represent the entity on accounting issues. The chairperson, ERA, is also here, Insurance Regulatory Authority. The entire team, able-bodied team is here. If there was governance vacuum? Would it just be there like that because the other man is out of office? The other man is out of office, he's in court. We should give him a chance to explore the legal issues. But for now, the CEO who is acting is ready to interface with the committee and answer questions. If there is any issue that we feel should come on board from the PSST or the Minister of Finance, we shall summon them and they will appear. And to my surprise, again, the chair has just read a letter that the PSST has sent here representatives to represent the PSST on any issue that we shall feel deemed fit to ask them. So to me, Mr. Chairman, I think we have wasted a lot of time on this issue. It's all good to the committee, but I would presume that we move because there was a vacuum gap that was filled by the current acting CEO. And you know the law allows him to be in office at least 6 months. It is not yet even 3 months. It's about 1 month and a half. He's ably representing the entity as the accounting officer for now. He has not said he's not able. If he says he's not able, then we shall look for another remedy. But for now, let's proceed with the auditing issues. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Nachi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Julius Nachi, MP for Dadiri in Sironko. I want to start by responding to my friend Sechitoreko. Senior 6 is the minimum requirement to be a member of parliament, and we are well schooled to understand the basics of these matters. From the first order, it was talking about not substantially filling the position of the Chief Executive Officer. And I think by appointing Mr. Sunday or Dr. Sunday in acting position, they were fulfilling that order because they did not confirm him as a substantial CEO. The second order was saying the status quo had changed and there was nothing to preserve. And the change was that there was already an acting CEO. So my view is that an acting CEO can actually perform the roles of a substantive CEO, just that you are in an acting position. And by implication, the CEO of IRA is also the accounting officer. But maybe for the record, since we have, just to avoid all these matters, since we have the person from Ministry of Finance, you can just write one line and say Sunday is the acting CEO and also accounting officer, just to put down these other issues. Just one sentence, it is enough to answer all these matters. And my view in summary is that since we are dealing with 2024-2025, and the accounting officer was Kaduna Biden, and then also we have the acting CEO, both of them can appear and we proceed on the substantive matters of accountability. So my view is that we should proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Nachi. Honorable Muhenda, I had your hand up.
I would have loved the head legal to maybe help me appreciate or understand this together with the committee. I'm looking at the Insurance Act 2017, Act 6 of 2017, that says the Chief Executive Officer is responsible for the day-to-day operations and administration of the authority and shall be the accounting officer. Could you please shed light on that for me? And maybe the team will appreciate and we see how we are moving.
Do we have any other? Okay, I think there's a direct question to Miss Francisca.
Chair, yes, I can confirm, like the honorable member has read, that indeed our Insurance Act Cap 191 provides that the Chief Executive Officer will also be the accounting officer for the Insurance Regulatory Authority. And maybe to add, Chair, for under the Public Finance Management Act, Section 2, the Act defines an accounting officer. Let me just get my law clearly, Chair, and read. Yes, under section 2B, the Act defines an accounting officer to be. Accounting officer means a person who is A, designated or appointed in writing as accounting officer by the Secretary to the Treasury to be responsible for a vote, or 2B, appointed as accounting officer under an Act of Parliament or under an instrument of appointment made under an Act of Parliament to be responsible for a vote. Chair, I want to draw the committee's attention particularly to appointed as accounting officer under an Act of Parliament, which Act of Parliament in this case is the Insurance Act. Just for members to note in line with the honourable member's requirement. Thank you, Chair.
Maybe to come in here, Miss who?
Francesca Kakoza, Chair.
Francisca, direct me to the section of the Act, of the Insurance Act, that qualifies the Chief Executive as accounting officer, so that we appreciate it.
Chair, it is section 21(1) of the Insurance Act.
21(1)
of the Insurance Act, Cap 191.
Okay, proceed and read.
The section speaks of the functions of the Chief Executive Officer, and it says the Chief Executive Officer is responsible for the day-to-day operations and administration of the authority and shall be the accounting officer of the authority.
Yes. So I think capturing the concerns, it so appear that a Chief Executive Officer, according to the Act, is by legal, by application of the law, the accounting officer of the authority, looking at section 21. And that's why I had concentrated a lot of our effort in unlocking the lacuna within these orders. Just to iron out that the office of the acting Chief Executive Officer has no legal encumbrance. And that's why we invested some time in appreciating these orders. But again, it doesn't outpower or overrule the fact that we shall also wait to receive the said guidance from the Solicitor General. But I would have wished that it is the team from Ministry of Finance that submitted on that, being that the said inquiries, according to the record, were made by the PSST, and they are the representative. But now, in the circumstances, colleagues, I think let's interrogate a finding and appreciate. Have you saturated the judgment, the ruling? Let's interrogate that finding, where we find that the appointment of the acting Chief Executive was within the timelines and not overruled by any finding of court. Would be good to proceed with the acting Chief Executive Officer. And we can proceed and make a finding, at least for now, that according to the Act, under Section 21, the Chief Executive, and by implication, the acting Chief Executive, would be the accounting officer of the Insurance Regulatory Authority. Now, the only lacuna I want to unlock is that Haji Karunabi has presented his order, which they also considered too. The discussion was now on the subsequent order, and when you look at the nature of the appointment, it appears to have happened on the day the sitting for the second order was. Am I capturing it right? Now, a submission on record on behalf of the Insurance Regulatory Authority was in the assessment of evidence on record by the presiding judicial officer before making the order in issue. And she referred us to, I don't know if you have got the copy of the judgment.
Chair, no.
Who is photocopying these judgments? Bridget, where are you? Now looking at paragraph 33, you know, the interpretation and pronouncement of the presiding officer seemed balanced on both sides, although she chose to rely on that paragraph, but there's also other paragraphs where, let me look at the
abanyamusale n'abanyamukako uko wamawuno aguse n'omwana w'omukalatinamu universe inembalala gatano Septemba 2026 kokuyingira kugenda kwa mutwalo byepe emitwalo 2 golule emitwalo 5 atempula nami yakakane kati ngambe tenikulanga kulala universe inembalala gatano Septemba 2026 yelini Paso Festival.
Every story begins in silence. In a village, along a street, in the heart of a dreamer no one notices. Yet stories hold the remarkable power to inspire, transform, and shape the future. The Uganda Film Festival, UFF, is back under the theme Transformation, the Power of Local Stories, to boldly celebrate creativity and talent that transforms our nation. Starting 21st to 28th August, enjoy the latest Ugandan films in cinemas and select screening venues and vote for your favorite films. Don't miss out on the transformational film workshops designed to inspire growth and creativity. Join us on 28th August to recognize, celebrate, and honor excellence in the film industry at the glamorous UFF Awards ceremony. For more information, call our toll-free number 0800 222 777, powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apo today. Apo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
twatandikira kushemererwa jishuka ngo shigatirwa beshunguzi ba gospel bakunda abaratere nanga tukashashanuka ukutaha muri mitwa leta VIP mitwaro 20 tebos miliyoni 3 hamwe na nitane z'abamazireyo kumanya bukitiraho terazura umushanje 8 50 59 nkaga ninda bishagikirwe.
The playground has moved. More than a third of Uganda is online now, and half the country is under 18. 1 in 5 Ugandan children face cyberbullying. Most never tell anyone. It can look like trolling, body shaming, even grooming. Different harm, same silence. Be a cyber hero. Protect a child online the way you would in person. Mute it, report it, check on them. A hero doesn't have to be big. They just have to do something. Be a cyber hero.
Remember the songs that made you sing, the moments that made you dance, the voice that captured a generation. Now, Grace Nachimera is back on stage. Join us for the Power of Grace live concert, a spectacular evening celebrating the music, the memories, the journey, and the incredible voice that has inspired audiences for years. Friday, 11th September 2026 at Kampala Serena Hotel. Early bird tickets 130,000 shillings, ordinary 150,000 shillings, and tables 3 million shillings. The Power of Grace concert is sponsored by
Too many ads? Expensive subscription? You deserve better. And artists, thousands of plays, but nothing to show for it. This ends now. Introducing Yugatunes, the new home of your favorite music on Afro Mobile. Listeners, stream your favorite songs ad-free at no cost. Artists, earn from every stream. Withdraw your royalties anytime from as low as 20,000 Uganda shillings. This is music that pays off. This is music that belongs to you. Yugatunes, your sound, your stage, your reward.
I'm Dr. Lawrence, Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. Right now, the world is being rewritten, and I want to show you exactly how. Artificial intelligence has already changed how we work, how we learn, and how we live. It's not coming, it's here. And the question every parent should be asking is your child's university moving with it or being left behind? Take education. This used to be the classroom. Chalkboards, rows of desks, one voice at the front of the room. Now, this is the classroom at Victoria University. AI tutors, real-time feedback, every student learning at the speed of their own brilliance. Healthcare is next. This is how diagnosis used to work. Slow, manual, guesswork. This is how our students train today. AI-powered diagnostics, simulation labs, predicting illness before symptoms even appears. This is the future of medicine, and it's being taught right here in Uganda. It doesn't stop there. The way we bank, the way we farm, the way we build, AI is quietly rewriting every single one. And East Africa cannot afford to watch from the sidelines. So if you're a parent and you want your son or daughter to lead, not follow, this new world, ask yourself, where should they be? At Victoria University, our students don't just learn about AI, they build with it every single day. Victoria University is not just adapting to the age of AI, we are leading it. The leading university in artificial intelligence in Uganda and across East Africa. The future is already being built. The only question is, will your child help build it? Victoria University, where Africa's AI future begins. Apply today.
That we can write to the PSST expressing the urgency such that we now do it knowing that the PSST did not rescue the urgency of the matter and cause us to proceed. But there is an extent systems have to be appreciated, especially when they are anchored in the Constitution. There was a similar problem with the I was looking at it here. There are entities that have been in this kind of shape with acting positions where PSST has come in to help. The one that came to my mind while I was trying to search here is actually the UBOS, when they fired the head of UBOS. So PSST appointed somebody as acting accounting officer who really managed Kosase business at the time. So I'm wondering why PSST for ERA said that he can't appoint somebody to have those powers so as to fulfill our purpose. As it is now, Honorable Chair and colleagues, Ginger City, summarize. Yeah, as it is right now, in Ginger City, a divisional town clerk has been appointed to be the accounting officer, where actually a town clerk is what? Existing. So I wonder why,
but Honorable
for
Batua,
this particular...
have you, do you still maintain the submission in light of Section 21 of the ERA Act?
Yeah, I'm maintaining it there because I'm saying that the ERA Act, yes, allows the states that the CEO will as well be the accounting officer. But the state we are in, we do not have a CEO, we have an acting CEO. So I was of the view that rather than considering that the acting CEO is also the acting accounting officer, that clarification, we should have left it to the PSST to clarify, because it's in my view that right now, the PFMA Act is overriding the ERA Act, because ERA is in an emergency. And the emergency that has been brought about by court.
Noted. Naki, what was the issue?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think there's this issue, I've always had it several times. When somebody is acting in any position, during that time when you are acting, you're actually doing substantive roles. It doesn't mean that you don't have power. That is a very key matter. Then, not everything can be voted on. If now we voted that Mount Elgon is going to go away, we need to go, it will not go. So, the issue is, Mr. Chairman, you can use your powers as you have always done to determine what is right and what is not right. So it is not about a vote. And by us saying we don't have an acting CEO or accounting officer for this insurance regulatory authority, it would mean we're actually freezing the activities of the entity, including whatever action he has taken since he took over and going forward. So it is as if the organization is not even operating. So my view is that we have the CEO, I mean the acting CEO, who is also by implication of the law, the accounting officer, but that is subject to your guidance. Thank you.
Maybe, let me guide. Let me guide, because now it is now a question of us to appreciating how to move. For now, we have captured on record the orders, and we have made attempts to interpret. The law as it is, a chief executive officer is the accounting officer of the authority. That's the position of the insurance regulatory authority, the Insurance Act, Cap 191. And when the Act states so, unless amended, that's the position of the law. We are also trying to appreciate what matters in relation to the would-be former and acting before arbitration. From the records and the concluded matters, they were at par in terms of the initial administrative order and the subsequent order. It now comes into question on interpretation. The only aspect that appeared administrative and formal was the revelation that the PSST has since maintained that the acting that the chief executive officer would be the accounting officer, but by extension also made inquiries. Was that what you submitted? By extension made inquiry pending a response. That was your submission.
Chair, that's true.
Pull it closer.
Chair, that is the fact, and we wrote a letter on 18th August to Solicitor General for a legal opinion on this matter.
So now, so there's an attempt to seek a legal interpretation, but notwithstanding, we can still take a decision, and I want us to decide in this format as to whether we wait for the PSST to receive the legal opinion on the matter, or we proceed and take a decision based on available
evidence on record of the committee. And I'm putting a question, those by show of hands. Not by show of hands, those who suggest, and I haven't yet admitted you. Are you a committee, you're a member? Oh, procedure, yeah. But let me cross-check. Honorable Clerk. Mr. Chimosho is a committee member? Yes. Okay. You know, the face is no honorable.
Honorable Chair,
Thank you.
I can confirm that Honorable Dan Chimosho is a member of this committee.
Honorable Chimosho.
Actually, this is my 6th year as a member of COSASE.
No. We refer to the Treasurer of the Parliament.
Okay.
Designation is we are in the 2 months.
I was just referring you to the answer, just for purposes of clarity. Thank you. It's just a procedural guidance from you, and it is purely within your jurisdiction to decide. Instead of waiting for PSST or even make a decision without getting his input, would indeed be procedure right that you invite him here and he's on record over the same.
We have since invited the PSST, and before we could insist that he appears in person, he sent a written communication to the committee nominating one of his commissioners and the insurance desk officer to appear in these proceedings on his behalf. They have made a revelation that he has sought more clarity from the, you said, Solicitor General? Solicitor General. So they are here. I think we moved from that way to where we are. We have also continued to make a finding, and I wanted us to move at the same page. And that's why the question we have is, because in our preliminary findings, the chief executive officer would be an accounting officer. But we wanted also to make a better appreciation in the application of the Public Finance Management Act. But also putting into context the nature of the findings, the preliminary findings we have encountered as a committee in relation to this particular entity. So I want to, I would have made a ruling, but I prefer that for this particular matter, we put it to a vote so that the majority will determine as to how. You had something to add? Okay, let me accord her an opportunity because the vote is scaring.
Hello, members. Chairman has allowed me to say something and kindly allow me to say.
Yes.
My name again is Grace Mugabire Mutevide. My name again, for those who weren't here in the morning, my name is Grace Mugabire Mutevide. Mr. Chairman, and I'm the Deputy of Insurance Regulatory Authority. Mr. Chairman, what we are doing is very commendable. And it is through you, Mr. Chairman, and this team that we want to see Insurance Regulatory Authority put in order. We are cognizant of the fact that PSST, through his team, has sent a message that he's also getting the answer to the question that you're raising, the answer of whether Dr. Sunday is supposed to be an accounting officer. I also do appreciate that our former CEO, Haji Kadunabi, has also gone to court. Again, I do appreciate that the IRS side is handling that. So for purposes of the office running and the authority running normally, I request you, Mr. Chairman, that we proceed with the audit because we are looking at the issues of 2024-25. And the reason we are here is, and I know, Mr. Chairman, you're a very busy person and your team, and you will have other meetings. So we're not going to remain on the issue of, we call a PSST, we call this, and then he replies maybe in 6 months. He writes, I'm in the cabinet, I'm this. And then the response comes after 6 months, and all that we are doing this and this. Mr. Chairman, I request that. Mr. Chairman, and the honorable members, may I request we proceed and look at the audit. Mr. Chairman, we proceed while we wait for the response of the PSC so that we keep office, running. Thank you. And I'm cognizant, Mr. Chairman, that you have other issues that we cannot postpone every other day for the answer that is not coming. Today we expected that answer. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Well, maybe to settle and to better appreciate our position, as we interrogate the Auditor General's report, we are not in any way altering the status quo and how operations are going on. But maybe capture it well. We are not in any way altering the status quo and operations of the insurance regulatory authority, and interpret our position and finding with the certainty it may require. And we are not about to pronounce ourselves on who is the chief executive officer, save after our interrogation, we shall make the appropriate finding. That's at a level of report writing. But for now, even some of our comments, and where possible, we offer advice. And even for other entities we have interfaced with, we have even gone ahead and advised the reconciliation where we find a dispute or a discontent. And we cannot underlook a recommendation by way of advice. That where possible, now that you have matters before court, or exploring alternative dispute resolution, it should remain on table, even as you defend or pursue the legal course for the other remaining issues, not necessarily touching this matter. But we shall not pronounce ourselves on the legalities for now. So the authority should continue in this operation without regard to our investigation. Our investigation is to assist us make the appropriate findings at the right time. So if you have a fear that the vote here, if it goes in favor of waiting, that would affect your operation, I want to clear it. It does not in any way affect your operation. It only put on hold our interface over this matter until a response is also received as requested by the PSST. And we want to trust that the officers assigned by the PSST are effectively here and effectively communicating. So where information is allegedly from another office, we cannot put them on task, but only remind them to follow up and ensure it comes out as soon as possible. But also aware that we have interfaced with you, and from the onset, 2 individuals were saying, I'm the CEO. One is having the office, one is having the properties. So it is it's a very interesting background. But when we heard that the acting CEO improvised his previous office or from office and is transacting, we have not yet pronounced ourselves on that, and that's why in any way we don't think this vote will endanger your operations. Mr. Sande is thinking. So, so now I put a vote. Those who say that we proceed with the entity as we wait for to receive the advice, the PSST sought from the Solicitor General, would say, let's count them, those who are in favor of us halting until I rephrase it. Now, I don't want you to attach too many explanations. The reason for this vote is one: we have made a scrutiny of the document. We have a position, and that the Act provides the Chief Executive Officer is the accounting office of the authority. Now we also have a revelation that the PSST, from whom we sought also his version of who is the accounting officer, has not announced himself, but sought advice from the Solicitor General. Now we are saying either we proceed with our filing or we wait for the PSST to be on record with the response from the Solicitor General. Those say we wait, raise up your hand. Crack account, no rigging. You count loudly. So those are saying we proceed. So even if we don't add a casting vote as the chair and the deputy, still those saying that we wait outnumber those saying we proceed. So we shall put on hold this matter and task Mr. Wait, order. We want to task Mr. Munene. Now, order after the vote. We want to task Mr. Munene, Mr. Bobo Munene, the Assistant Commissioner Finance and Planning, and Mr. Musa Lokwago, the Principal Economist at the Insurance Desk and the Insurance Desk Officer, who are representing the PSST, to follow up and avail the committee, because from our preliminary findings, Mr. Sande is finding a lot of inconvenience searching for you since you don't know my right back.
Chair.
Yeah, I'm going to give you. So I'll ask Mr. Munene, when do you expect to follow up and avail the committee with this? We want you to avail it direct to the committee so that we simplify these tasks.
Thank you, Chair. We are going to follow up with the Solicitor General's office. Hopefully, I cannot assure, but hopefully by the end of this week, we should have the legal opinion on this matter.
Okay. So we expect you to reach out to our clerk before end of week and avail the appropriate response. That will assist us now agree on another date on which to handle and proceed on this matter. Yes, Chairperson Board.
Chair, the team on this side is responsible for the insurance industry. It is very, very important. You clarified, but it's very, very important that it comes out very strongly that we have an acting CEO and the insurance industry is stable. that in all that the board did to ensure that the minister appoints us someone during this interim time, that has been done, and the insurance industry should relax about it, carry out their functions, do their risk analysis, provide services to policyholders, and continue doing the job that the industry is doing to the economy. Thank you very much. And thank you, members, for all we've heard, we've listened, we've appreciated. We thank you all very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe for clarity, the vote we have taken